Alright guys, new heroes, let's go ahead and get started. I actually kind of want to go for this Pot of Greed play, so let's go ahead and get started. I could alternatively go Blazeman. There's like multiple different plays that can be pretty decent. So I can actually go Stratos into Mally, or I can go Blazeman, search off Poly, activate, and then get double heroes anyways, and then go right into his soul. So I actually like that play a little bit more. This deck, I'm still learning it, but I still think it's very strong. Because, like, normally you'd see this as like, oh, dude, this is minus, right? No, dude, it's actually not bad at all. So you go ahead and activate this, and then we go ahead and summon Sunriser over here. And then we just go for these two. And that way I still can go right into his soul after this play. And we get this effect. And then we also get the Pot of Greed effect. Either way, I can just get rid of the other miracle. So it's totally fine. Because I only really need one miracle anyways. Sometimes if you draw another hero, this could be quite good as well. But I don't really need this card that much. You could argue that this is not that bad of a turn 1 play, but I think even with Ash Blossom, like if he attacks me, I can go into something, you know, or I can pop one card when any hero attacks, right? But I would much rather just go ahead and make this play because I already saw he didn't have any hand traps. Otherwise, he probably should have stopped the adding anyways. But with this effect over here, we can go ahead and heck, I can just go ahead and add this Allure of Darkness it, and heck, I actually probably want to go into, yeah, I'll probably add this. I was going to say, you know, I can go extra cheeky and draw some extra cards, but go ahead and activate this, go for 4, and then now we're going to go ahead and have like kind of more a standard play. So we're going to Bamboo, obviously Phoenix Blade, and then this card and a Living Fossil. And then we can go ahead and summon Shadow Mist. Heck, I can go Stratos. I can Allure and go for some RNG. I'll go for more standard play, because I want to show off what like this build can actually do. There's like so many pluses in this deck. And then what I like with this build versus my previous God Hero deck is not only do I still can follow up with God Phoenix if I want to, because I played double as sold in this, but more importantly, I have potential to go and have a second turn play that's very strong. And currently, I don't really want to get rid of. I can get rid of 2 heroes. I think it's totally fine because I just need my miracle targets. It's totally fine. So just these 2 is totally fine. And I can actually go later because of Honest News. I can go into look. I mean, look at the amount of cards that I have. Tell me that that's fair, right? Like, that is so unfair. And then we go ahead and pass, and it's his turn. And if I did go for, instead of the ad of Honest Neos, oh, I mean, like, this is going to get me value already. And then I can still follow up with Ash on top of that. So that'll be nice. But I feel like this Liquid Man opens up the doors for so many more plays. So we get both of their effects. Oh, you know what? Okay, you know what I will say? Because I'm going to proc this effect to add the Honest Neos anyways, Cosmic Cyclone, to get rid of that blade? I mean, it kind of sucks that I can't get it back because it's actually banished, but I don't even care about that card at all. But now we can go ahead and go for the Stratos, because I'd rather go for Stratos. So, you know what I should have done, guys? Small mistake, and I just learned with this, is I should have actually went for Armageddon Knight, and then Allure of Darkness to Armageddon Knight, because I would get the effect of Shadow Mist to search out the Honest Neos in the first place. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, most of these plays are going to be kind of minus anyways. This one is to suppose so many danger from the deck. I feel like I'd rather just not give him any chance to try to go into anything. Because I don't even know what is he even playing? Oh, he's got Bigfoot anyways. But we'll see. Okay, so it's banished. He's going to pop Ripperoni that card. I think that that's a huge blow to me. Oh. Okay. Well, we've got Dark... Oh, what the heck is this? Go to all that for Cyber Dragon? Okay, yo, I got Super Poly still. I mean, it's 1000% OTK. I gotta recheck what this card does. Alright. I'm like 1000% sure that like is game ogre for this guy. That's 100%. Alright, hit him up with that Hero Lives. All in big boy plays. Stratus can add me the Blaze Man. I actually really like one Blaze Man in this deck. It's actually so good. Hopefully this guy will let me play it out here. Oh no, you know what? I went through my Blaze Man already. But it's fine. I guess this card could be also technically... I mean, I could just go into Squad Dad and Mally is instantly usable. I don't know. There's like so many ways that it's already game over, but... oh wait, we already have Dark Calling. Oh. Well, that was a pointless card to add, but it's fine. Let's make some plays before this guy decides to go ahead and just GG out here. But I want to get at that effect anyways. So we're going to go ahead and we can summon Liquid Man. We're just going to use him as one of like the materials anyway. So we're just going to activate this. No! Dude, I still could proc Shadow Mist effect, but you guys can see where I'm going with this deck. Okay, so here's what would have been a good play. So I'm thinking... we Super Poly using Liquid Man as one of the targets, and obviously his card, and at that point, it's pretty much GG, right? But then on top of that, we follow up with the discard of Shadow Mist to search out another card. What it would have been, I don't know, man. But yeah, I definitely think that would have been a better play for the deck. But I did want to show off... one other replay that I did. I mean, this guy got kind of trolled here because at one point I forgot to put in mass change. So I bluffed this guy out. This is also something that I really liked with this deck that I wanted to mention. And I wanted to try to maybe play 3 of the God Phoenix specifically for this reason. So the standard play is normally 4 summons. If you go Isolde and Shadow Mist, that's 4. If you summon Gearfried, that's actually the 5th summon. He happened to have Nibiru, but it didn't really matter because you could actually stop Nibiru with Gearfried, which is important for this combo because it's obviously susceptible to Nibiru. And I'm also thinking about adding the Aqua Neos play because that lets me reveal my opponent's hand. And then from there, I can decide what field is better because you can easily consistently go into bow. And I probably plan to make other videos going along with this, but... nonetheless, this is some good stuff over here. So I bluffed him with a Polymerization over here because remember, Liquid Man at all points can be Pot of Greed, and that's what makes this deck so good. Is I was going to get the effect of Liquid Man again to have Pot of Greed and discarding Deshrudo. Deshrudo is only for Bow Goddess, and there's the play with Armageddon Knight that can open up with like 5 negates. Technically, if you go Gearfried, you could be 6 negates, but for the most part, on average, that's what you're going to get. I actually pop, and he just left over that. I never had... I don't even understand his play. I 100% thought he was going to attack the Shadow Mist first because he thought I had the Masters. If he actually attacked and got rid of this, then I actually might have actually had a problem, but it was alright. But anyways, going into the deck profile, this is early build. I'm still thinking about things. You guys know I made like 3 copies of Nibiru in every single deck. However, up against most people, that ends up being a rage quit. So I mean, Super Poly is kind of a rage quit, but at the same time, I feel like Super Poly, I can literally summon Liquid Man, set Super Poly pass, and that ends up being like, yeah, I might discard 1 card, but if it's Mally, and I don't even feel like I had an insanely broken hand, but I just want to showcase off like the start of this build, and I want to get some of you guys' feedback from my build of Liquid Man, because I did show you guys previously Stardust build, but I wanted to show off like my build. It's still 60 cards as of right now, but I'm still going to modify this deck to where I like it. I'm still doing some early testings here, but I definitely feel like this deck has a little bit of potential. Maybe not at 60, but I definitely feel like I could change some of the ratios. But even though turn 1, I mentioned Blazeman, later, right before that guy quit, if I would have Stratos and added Blazeman off of Hero Lives, I could normal summon Blazeman, add that Poly, and then instantly go right into... the Liquid Man effect for Pot of Greed, and then I could discard the Shadow Mist, which could add Mally, which at one point I think we had Allure. I was mentioning that Allure effect. I think another thing I want to mention that you can do in this build, if you want to do Deshrudo and Armageddon Knight instead of going for Shadow Mist, you can actually go Armageddon Knight instead of Shadow Mist, send the Deshrudo, special summon Deshrudo, And again, this is probably more likely if I was playing like the Neo Space Connector with the Aqua Dolphin, because I actually think that build is actually insanely good too, because that leaves Isolde to go right into discarding this with the Aqua Dolphin, which gives you another water target for Ab-Zero. And I know I'm getting kind of complex in this video, and I should probably show off the gameplay of that build. But then what you do is you go ahead and make Power Tool Dragon, and then you go ahead and DDR, and you bring back things that you'll learn. And you can bring back O'Malley. There's a lot of plays here, guys. But anyways, let me give you the start of the build before I get too complex with this, because I get really excited when it's heroes, because, I don't know, there's something, I feel like, when I play heroes, I don't feel like it's an uber tier deck. Although I think heroes are really strong right now with 3 Super Poly in the first place. But what I'm running right now, and I want to pump up Gearfried because this card is just so good. Turn 1, it lets me have more negates. So like the optimal play that you can go for in this deck is going to be, if you go for, you can make this actually, because of the Liquid Man, you could go super reckless and you really don't go that minus, because you go straight into Sunriser to add the Miracle. So what you could potentially do, you won't get the double pot greed effect of Liquid Man because his effects are once per turn anyways, but you can theoretically go into Bow Goddess, which will have 3 negates. And if you happen to get lucky and you have this as maybe one of your discard outlets, you could pump it up even more. But you'd have 3 negates with this, and then on top of that, you'd have this, which is technically another negate, and Dark Law almost is a negate on its own because most decks will search at least once. And at that point, you're looking at 5 negates, but you can technically pump it up if you want to go ahead and go even more insane with the Destrudo build, but I'll cover that in another day. But Gearfried, Honest Neos, Destrudo, 3 copies of Mally. Destrudo honestly is here as a discard outlet, but also it's there as another monster. And if you really need to go into like technically this, it kind of can help. And plus, you can easily go into the Predaplant, which is great as well. And then we've got 3 Mally, and then Adjuster Gold, and 2 copies of Thrasher, 3 copies of Stratos, 3 copies of Liquid Man, 1 copy of Armageddon Knight, 2 copies of Goblinberg, 1 Solid Man, 1 Blaze Man, 3 copies of Shadow Mist, because you could just go this into this, and if you can special summon another monster, which could be through Here It Lives, or you can go for your Thrasher play, like you can extend these combos, and you can do some crazy stuff with like even Butter Spray. I really like the ratios right now. Also thinking about Fair, someone mentioned that, and I thought it was kind of a cool idea, but there is that other downside of the Ferris effect. But anyways, we got 2 copies of the Blue Mountain and then 1 copy of Ash. I want to play more hand traps, honestly. But anyways, next up, 3 copies of E-Call, then 2 copies of Allure, 1 copy of Hero Lives, 1 copy of Dark Calling. Honestly, with the polys, I might cut it because I'm playing 3 Blaze Man. And then we have Reinforcement Army, Destiny Draw. I'm not sure how I feel about 3 Miracle, because I was like, oh my gosh, I was at like 50-something cards. I'm like, slam 3 of everything in there. And then this is like Pot of Greed straight up in the deck. And then we got Reborn, then we got Mass Change, 3 copies of Designator, 3 copies of Super Poly, and then we got Power of the Garden Moonmere, Phoenix Blade, Living Fossil, Broken Bamboo, 3 copies of Cursed Bamboo. Then we got Malicious Bane, aka Short Print card, and then Nova Master Shining, basically all the targets. We got Squirty Dad, Zero, Sunriser, Dark Law, Gaia, Bow of the Goddess. We got Gaia Saber, Topologic Trisbania, Unicorn, 2 copies of Isolde. The other Isolde is actually pretty good. I actually use it quite a bit just to search out this card. A lot of times I honestly would rather prefer to go for Roland, so I'm probably going to change that up and add Roland to my deck and then Predaplant. These other cards are cards I was potentially thinking of, but I 100% would rather add Roland. And if I don't have the Allure of Darkness, I would have done that play that I was talking about earlier, which was instead of adding Honest Neos, add Roland, and then you can even attach, well, let me go. This card lets you equip 1 face-up monster you control, and then it just gains 500 attack. But it also acts as a surprise to the Gearfried. But on top of that, when this card goes away, you get to add a Fire Warrior or an Equip spell. The Equip spell can be Cursed Bamboo Sword, which actually is basically half of a Pot of Greed at the end of the day. So I like it for like the double utility that you can potentially have with Roland. And then what you can do, if you want to also, is you can go... I almost want to run 3 Roland. Like, this card is so insane with like any variant with Photon, Thrasher, or Goblinberg. You instantly can go a Goblinberg or like Photon Thrasher, and then you summon this card, which is like doesn't really do anything at the end of the day, turn 1. But what it allows you to do is add one of the equips, which is always this card, which later lets you follow up because you'll always have usually the the Liquid Man in the graveyard, and then you can follow up. The deck can definitely OTK, but I feel like it has a really strong, powerful like turn 2 play as well. Like as going first, you have like, again, if you go for Divine Bow, you can have multiple engages, which I did show in my other previous build, but this is the Liquid Man build, and this is like part 1 of like 2. I'll probably make another video covering this deck. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here and you want to see more Liquid Man E-Heroes, hit subscribe, turn on that bell, and you'll definitely see more builds because this is the 60 card variant, but I do want to cut things down. Like I said, if you guys want to give me suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe, turn on that bell, and you'll see more probably within the next couple days because I plan to test this deck out quite a bit. But thanks for watching, and peace.